the cigar, I was able to do the deal.
Yeah, my three expressions, you know, eyebrow up and eyebrow down.
Kissing girls, that's where I excel.
My name is Jason King. Who are you?
A lot of people don't know me at all, but they know my cigar. I lit a cigar, and that's the day I was born. I met a lady called Hannah Weinstein, and she said, I'd like you to be involved in a series that I want to do called Robin Hood with Richard Green. I said, okay, let's make them. And that's how ATV was formed, and that was my very first production. I just liked the sound of it.
Simon Templar was described as a modern-day Robin Hood by Leslie Charteris. If somebody was genuine in trouble, he would help him.
Mr. Templar, please help me. Arthur's not bad, not really.
Would you like me to go around and try and talk to him?
Would you?
I don't know what good it will do, but we'll try.
Thank you. Can't tell you how grateful I am.
You don't have to.
That's for saving the life.
Let's try to save it more often.
It was clean-up television time, and you mustn't do this, because we were shown through so many countries in the world. So Simon Templar always threw punches straight to the jaw, never below occasionally an elbow in the stomach.
I didn't like violence, I didn't like bad language, and I didn't want any nudity.
Let me go! Let me...
The Saint was really a phenomenal success.
Clench the jaw, do a little bit of that. My terrible eyebrow raising, which I think started during the time of Simon Templar.
The Saint was the biggest financial success.
I started directing The Saints because I felt I was getting hemmed in, and I wanted to do a little more and have a little more control and not have a director to argue with. I also managed to sort of give a number of people their first sort of leads in television, like Oliver Reed, who had done a lot of bits and pieces in The Saint.
I haven't seen you here before, amigo. No, signore, I'm new. There was another man, but he died. Wasn't bad.
Donald Sutherland.
Try this for size.
We did an episode of The Saint which had a Texan character, and the idea was to sort of see whether it would work, these two characters, and that was the beginning of the Persuaders.
They called me, said that then we're going to do a series in England with Roger Moore, and would like me to join them.
I said, I'd like Tony Curtis to appear in a television series. I'll pay him a lot of money. He said, there's no way. He will not do television. And I kept on persisting, persuade him.
He said, we're going to do the Persuaders. I said, but I don't want to do any more television. He said, well, it's been sold. He said, the country needs the money. Think of the Queen. So he gave me a box of cigars to persuade me. And I went out to see Tony.
Lew Grade, I said, sir.
Hello. He says, what do I call you?
He says, you can call me anything you like. Sweet, huh?
So I had Tony Curtis. I called George Jason, his agent, and he didn't believe it. Then my main problem was Roger Moore.
He said that he convinced me to do it by producing a check and slapping it on the table, which is not quite true.
I went to my drawer and I pulled out a check. I said, this is to start with. And Roger, the country also needs the money. life is, when do I start?
You don't have to be in the public eye all the time. You dare to do a job, what is necessary for you to do. Open up a few thoughts about the Persuaders.
When we, Lew got Tony Curtis to do it, it didn't become a Texan, and it became rather the wisecracking New Yorker.
Who was this coat for? Who belonged to this?
I imagine it was my great-grandfather's.
He was also a magician on the side.
I've seen you do that trick at least a dozen times, and I'm still unimpressed.
Well, one day I'll teach it to you.
It was hairy and difficult and hard, and there were times it was difficult to concentrate and get the dialogue. And I was in Roger's hands. I was in his country, and I trusted him. He's a wonderful man, and that eventually started to overlap into the films, so that the last, I would say last 15 of them, we really clicked,
I know what we'll do. We'll play some gin. Go get the cards. They're in the desk.
You always cheat at gin.
Look, that's the only way I'm going to win. Will you humor me? Just go get the cards. Give them to my little picadillos.
He comes in one scene all dressed up in the House of Commons finery. Crown, mink coat, long black velvet cup. He looks magnificent. And the other actor said, where are you going? To Roger. And I ran up to him and grabbed his arm and said, we're going to get married.
Hark, he cometh. Oh, say he cometh. Oh, you starless. You're so bright. Your carriage awaits. Because I'm not going to walk in the street with him dressed like that. Huh? Oh, it's got a hat. Look at him. Isn't he beautiful? Let me carry your train for you, sir.
Daniel, you really do bring a fresh meaning to the word peasant.
Your dukeship, anything. You really look wonderful.
It's merely the required regalia for a peer of the realm on a state occasion.
Well, I wouldn't walk around the Bronx dressed like that. They'll plant you.
Now, what is your decision?
We want to get married.
Will you stop play acting? I'm in a hurry.
It was these kind of jokes we did.
Look casual.
Is this casual enough for you?
Not that casual. Would you look out to sea?
Yeah, I don't know. It just made it fun for us,
You don't choose a star simply because they're a star. It's because you believe they're right and can portray the roles the way you visualize it.
A year of rather good living making in the Persuaders, because when we drank champagne, we drank real champagne.
Here you are, my pal. Take this. Salute. Oh, well. You can't win them all, I guess.
We wanted to be irreverent. We wanted to be cocky, smart, impudent. We didn't feel you had to feel guilty to have a Ferrari or a beautiful girl. And I think a series like The Persuaders kind of helped a lot of young guys and girls let themselves out, be freer. Kissing girls, that's where I excelled. I kept practicing all the time. I'd go up to every new girl on the contract to Universal, say, I'm the kissing instructor. Come on up to my place. I'll show you how to do it.
Actors, I think, become actors because they want to be other people. They're not really that mad about themselves. I used to be so timid I wouldn't walk into a restaurant on my own.
Roger and I, when we decided to do the Persuaders, wanted to do what we felt our comrades, our patriots, our brothers who lived 20 years earlier, what they did, we wanted to do, only in a modern version of it.
We set out to make a show that looked nice, that was well directed, hopefully well acted. Why the hell they got me, I don't know.
You saw this person up there who you knew was you, and you cannot believe it is you.
And all that codswallop about industrial secrets, that was a red herring.
Which he dropped when he found out we were questioning Doris and Borowicz.
And if your eyesight's okay, he shot Borowicz after he thought we'd tried to break him.
So?
My whole point, Walsham's a double agent.
Well, it's fine so far. We know who. Borowicz is the pilot, Stevens is navigating, and the rest of them are drugged.
Fancy.
You think, what the? Nobody could have a nose like that. Nobody. That voice. I mean, what are you doing? Why are you an actor?
To put in a 14, 16, 18-hour day was very long, with all the waiting in between shots. They were doing something to stay awake. I saw one actor nod to me, come over, he says, I'll give you something to get you through another hour. And he gave me some cocaine. I sniffed it and I said, ooh, that's pretty good. That'll last me an hour. And it did. So that's the way substance abuse began in films.
They say people are difficult. For example, The Prisoner. In New York, and I had lunch with William Paley, who founded CBS. I said, I've got this thing, look at these brochures. It's with Pat McGowan. Oh, they said, we love Pat McGowan because I sold Danger Man to them, and he was a terrific actor.
What exchange is this?
Number, please.
I want to make a call to...
Local call Luke. What is your number, sir?
Haven't got a number.
No number, no call.
He says, Lou, I don't understand what it's all about.
Have you not yet realized there's no way out? Now, look, I have something that will interest you. Oh, feel free.
I tell you what you do. You go up to Wales, you meet Patrick McGowan, and he will tell you all about it. Came back 2 days later. He said, Lou, I don't understand it at all.
I am not a number. I am a person.
How do you get on with Patrick McGowan? I said, wonderful. I have no problems at all with him. He says, how do you do it? I said, whatever he wants, I give him. So I have no problems with him. And I'm still a very close friend of Pat. I like Peter Wyngarde, and I thought he was rather good.
Well, originally it was based on a very good idea, a marvelous idea, of Ian Fleming's. He was working with a part of MI5, which was a special department. It wasn't Department S, but it was something like Department S. So we took all the stories that had happened during the war and other sort of domestic stories that had taken place, we got hold of together and worked out different kind of things and tried to find a solution to the ones that were not solved. And that's how Department S started.
Kane gazed at the body for a long moment, then lifted his eyes slowly towards Laura, waiting breathlessly at the door. His mouth firm, lips slightly parted as he approached her, gripping her shoulder so hard that her eyes widened in shock and pain. Exquisite pain.
Department S had worked tremendously. The main boss, again, who shall be nameless, Lew Grade, wanted to see me. He said, listen, my idea of a hero is somebody who's blonde, who's got blue eyes, who looks like a hero. He said, you, in this series, he said, you look like, I mean, you've got this funny moustache, this Viva Zapata moustache. What's it mean? And these funny clothes you're wearing. I mean, what kind of a hero is that? You don't look like a hero to me. He said, but we got to do another series because my wife likes you. And that's how it started. That's how Jason King started.
Are you enjoying yourself?
Not particularly. Chuck, would you excuse me a moment, please?
What are you doing? I'm going to show this pretty boy just what I think of him.
Now, wait a minute. Listen, obviously...
I know all about his reputation. Don Juan had nothing on Jason King.
So that's who that is. He's the guy in that coffee commercial. And he said he wasn't an actor.
I thought the clothes that were going around at the time for guys were boring.
From Pisa, we can go on to Antibes.
Oh, I must be in Paris by the 10th.
Aren't you?
I know throughout the Simon Templar period, men wore very tight trousers. By the time we started the Persuaders, it was very much the miniskirt era. And flared bottoms, and men wore necklaces and bracelets and everything else. Today they all wear earrings.
One day I saw a drawing of a 17th century riding jacket, and I thought, that looks great. There's a kind of style to that. There's a side of, wow, there's something about that. It looks good, you know. And I started doing some drawings about it. And slowly, it came the sort of jacket that Jason wore.
What was that? What are you doing? Sebastian! Flamingos! I know nothing about them. You've just destroyed a work of art. No, I've only worn that once. I shall have to sit down.
And I said, well, look, we've got to go on more locations. We must stop doing this terrible back thing with me in the car and you see this thing going wobbling behind. The audience are not fooled. You can't fool the audience. We'll go to Rome and go down the Spanish steps and something will happen. Because the camera, no matter what anybody says, the camera does not lie. There was a moment where I had to go and do some parachuting. And I said, this is not good. Let's do it for real.
I might drop in.
I was showing off again, of course. It's actually showing off, really and truly.
And then we did UFO, which was well before Star Wars. went to a function, and I suddenly saw Nari Dawn Porter. I went up to her, I said, "Oh, you're going to be in a series. It's called The Protectors." She looked as if I was crazy. But it was great fun. I've enjoyed it, and as you know, I'm 88, and I'm just started.
Everywhere I go, people smile at me, laugh at me. Yeah, Tony got him. I love it.
And a man of his age can still leap up on a table and do the Charleston. Says a great deal for him.
The best moment in our lives is this moment I'm having with all of you here right now. Right now. This is what I call live. You know? I feel good. I feel comfortable. I'm expressing myself about my profession. Can't get it better than that. I can't.